How I came to buy this. So I get a call from one of my friends who had just visited this flea market, and he said that they have a bunch of cool stuff. Me, flea markets, cool shit, I'm in there. I go to this flea market in this very rural area in Indiana. Now this is deep red Indiana territory, fits perfectly down there with Alabama and Mississippi. I walk in and I see it is a large crowd of older white people, 50 and up. They are looking at me like I just walked off of a UFO. As I'm walking around, I'm seeing a lot of Confederate flag themed memorabilia. So with all these white people here, I said I'm going to buy one of these flags because I want to see what their reaction is to a black guy buying a Confederate flag. So I got it and I'm carrying it very visibly so everybody can see that I have it. And I definitely got their attention. I'm in line and this younger white dude says, man, I gotta ask you, why you buying the Confederate flag? And I can tell he asked what a lot of people were wondering. So a lot of ears start to tune in. And I asked him, what do you think I got it for? And he said, hopefully to burn it or wipe your ass with it. I got a teammate. The room was full of people that were like his racist grandparents he didn't like. Immediately after he says that, an older white lady says,
"That's so unpatriotic. Why would you want to be disrespectful to American heritage?"
And I'm like, youngster, stand down. I got this. Ma'am, you are right and you are completely wrong about something. You are right about the fact that it is American heritage, but it is a side of American heritage. And that side wanted to preserve the institution of slavery and felt that blacks were subhuman. So it is American heritage, but it is reflective of the team that you are playing on when it comes to American heritage. And what you are completely wrong about is the Confederacy is the most unpatriotic group of people in American history. Patriotism is loyalty to your country and the person chosen to run your country. In this case, Abraham Lincoln was elected president of the United States, and the United States had chose a direction, and the Confederacy did not agree with that and wanted to succeed from the United States. They engaged in an act of war against the government. If the Confederates were patriots, they would have followed the direction that the country was going and the leader that was elected to run this country. What they did was they chose to pick up arms and go to war against the United States of America. That is the most treasonous, unpatriotic thing in American history. Then an older white guy chimes in and he says this.
Well, why do y'all always blame America for slavery? Slavery was in Africa. Slavery was in Rome. Slavery existed in a lot of other places outside of America.
Youngster, they fucking with the wrong one. Sir, there is one ingredient in American slavery that made it completely different from any other form of slavery that existed on the planet before it. And that ingredient was based on a pseudoscience saying that the people being subjugated were not even a part of the human race. They were not Homo sapiens. They were subhuman. So the people being enslaved were not even being considered human beings. Slavery in other places never had that element. In Rome and Africa, the people being subjugated were not seen as not being human. It was based solely on might is right. I defeated you. You can't beat me. Go take care of my cattle. But the idea that Africans were not even humans made American slavery totally different. It was more dehumanizing than any other form of slavery that existed on the planet before. This is an American ingenuity. If I own you and you have a kid, I own your kid. And if your kid has a kid, I own that kid. I own your whole bloodline. It is an egregious miscalculation to equate slavery in Africa, slavery in Rome, and what the fuck was going on in America. Then I hear this.
And I got a lot of those flags around my house, and I don't understand why people get all in a tizzy about this.
Okay, ma'am, let me ask you this. If we was in Germany and somebody was flying the little mustache guy's flag and saying that it was a part of German heritage, do you think that would be right?
It is a part of German heritage. I don't see why it would be disrespectful.
Youngster, this bitch super racist. She had a little boy with her, and I asked her, was that her grandson or something? She says yes, he was autistic. So I told her, ma'am, do you realize that if you lived in Germany at that time, your grandson would have been euthanized under the Nazi regime? Shut her ass up. The rest of them are looking dumbfounded, and Youngster looking like we just won the Super Bowl. Got to the parking lot, chopped it up with Youngster. He's super cool. He invited me to his bonfire where we burning this damn thing.